Quick, another little intermission between filming for park clips. You got this manual pad. The ground's real hectic. It's a decent manual pad. I skated it like years ago where it wasn't that bad to flip up, but the ground's even worse now, so. No way. So slippery up here. Like, there's that crack. I gotta get on like pretty much right at this crack because there's no feebling through this because my deck rail's like the exact thickness of it, and then that spits me out. Can't get near this hole. I'm just like mapping a line like a snowboarder, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm like, okay, here's where the trees are, but instead it's like really small cracks that are probably insignificant to good skaters. But to me, I'm like, I'm gonna get stuck. So today is the day that I'm pretty focused on like getting stuff for this little video part that I'm working on. But we're at this spot and I can't think of anything particular that I would actually film on it. It's just like really thin and skinny, so it's kind of hard to get out. So I'm just gonna play around for a second, get a couple clips, and then back to filming.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
It's kind of good.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get out because it's so skinny. Like the timing to get like the flip out or like any sort of pop out, you have to hit it like right here. Just like skinny. It's like, it feels cool to grind, I'll give you that, but when you're locked in, you're really locked in. Like it's hard to get out of. Man, it's like I almost stab myself every time I try with my board. Like it like donkey kicks down. I'll try 3 more. I'm not that worried about it.
Ooh, that was it.
I don't want to fight a trick right now. It sounds awful. And then, I don't know what trick you think.
I know you got big flips over gaps like this.
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of trying to avoid it. It's like an obvious choice. Find out why I never backside flip. Do a backside flip on flat first. Perfect. I have the worst backside flips in skateboarding. Yo! I'll take it. Look how deep that's putting grooves in my truck. Like an obstacle like this is how you just wear through a truck in a day. Just trying to conserve some energy, to be honest. Like, no sense in me battling a backside flip, a trick that I like don't ever do. Maybe I should probably take the time to learn when I should be like filming tricks for this part. And of course, every single part of this obstacle that I want to hit, like a million options right here, but someone's sitting on all of the good ones. So I guess I'm not skating this either. So first time I came here, I just came here to get a line on this spot. A bunch of people showed up, so I felt kind of rushed, but I ended up landing the line 3rd try. I'm really stoked on the way it came out. And then as I'm riding away, I take the camera, I put it away, I look over, Victor's like, this one's for you. Does like an early grab McVarial off the ledge and snaps his board in half. So now we have to go back to the skate park where we started, get a board, set it up so he can follow me. And like, I know that he could like chase after me on foot with the GoPro. As you all saw, he's a master of that with the brick spot. But I don't want my man to suffer like that. That's exhausting. I'd rather him like have energy to skate too, because you know I got to get Victor a guest clip for my part. Okay, so right down the street from LES Skate Park. And when I mean down the street, I mean literally like a block and a half that way. There is the sickest skate spot in the entire world, but you can't skate it. The story that I was told was there was like, you know, these are the projects right here, and someone had their kid here, and from people grinding some of the obstacles here, a kid like got a splinter, and then ever since they've been like super defensive of this place. Whether that story's true or not, I don't know. I'm sure you're assuming it's not true. But what I do know for a fact, you really can't get away skating here unless you come here like stupid early in the morning. Because since we've been here, I know 3 separate stories of people coming here to skate this, and all 3 times they got pressed like, hey, like, what did they say to you?
Are you ready to die for this?
Like, they rolled up on him and like straight threatened his life.
Oh yeah, they were even saying that like they'll shoot BB guns at you from these windows. Like.
Yeah. I heard that people were like coming here skating, and they were literally climbing up on the roof and shooting BB guns as they were trying to skate. And another person I know got a gun pulled on them at this spot. And it's like the most colorful, inviting playground. Like, it looks like this super mellow thing, but you just can't skate here. Like, even the colors alone is like, man, I want to get a bunch of video part clips. I want to film stuff for Instagram, get some photos here, but it's just like, it's not worth the risk. And I get it. Like, I understand why you would be super defensive of, you get this beautiful park put in your neighborhood. Why would you not want to defend it? Especially because like this neighborhood, you can tell, has been super neglected for a long time. Like, a lot of the areas are just like really run down. The city doesn't seem to really care about these like 5 square blocks. And then they put in this super beautiful thing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you the spots, and you're gonna be very upset you can't skate them. First things first, this ground is like the smoothest ground ever. Now, surrounding all the this stuff right here, it is this bouncy rubber material, but it's actually like the harder version, so you can skate on it. And you know why I want to grind on this? It's like, look at it'd be like the clicky clack grind. Like, come on. Not to mention super pretty yellow color. You got this thing up here. Yes, this is all butter bench material, and look how tiny these little cracks are. Just think of the brrr. I've seen a clip of, I think Brad Cromer did a nose blunt on this or something. I don't know. But yeah, so you have this. You can come from the green ground, come up, skate like a manual pad. You can grind this with the grain all the way, have the time of your life. It would be so sick. You got this flat gap. I actually came over here, and I didn't know that this was like a super bus spot, and I did a little skating, and I'll just tell you what I did. Nothing real, but you'll see. You got this straight out ledge coming off of here. Once again, everything is grindable. This ground is that plumber material though, so it is a little slippery, but still. You got another one of these. You can pop off of this into that. Like, come on. You can't make that out. Like people don't design stuff this good at skate parks. And then this is one of the few things I did. I just ran and dropped my board right here and ollied up the back 50-50 and went around this like super sharp corner, and it felt so cool because by the time your back truck's here, your front truck's already there. So it feels like, if you've ever been on one of those rides called zippers, where when you go around the corner, it just ripsaws you or whatever they're called. Did I say that word right? Doesn't matter. You get in here and it goes, oh, just super exciting. Then you got this straight out edge on this outside right here. You can probably get funky with those logs if you, for whatever reason, don't want to skate all this amazing stuff. Like, look at look at this place as a whole. Like, look at all the options right there. Like, come on. What I'd like to do is try to come right here, hit this bank, and pop out to some sort of grind or slide. And another cool option would be to ride, drop down here, ollie up, grind, and then go into the bank. You can also skate this ledge from flat. Even though it's like somewhat tall, it's not like insanely tall. Like, it's what? Slightly above knee high. Little tree to wally. And every single time I've gone past this in the 2 weeks that I've been out here in New York, the place is always packed with kids just like having the time of their lives. So even if you did get a chance to get here in the morning, the likelihood of you being able to... We're not skating. No skating. But yeah, and that's just the way it is. You just can't skate here. And those ladies on the way out were just telling me like, hey, like, there's no skating here. And I was explaining to them what I was doing. They're like really thankful because they're like, kids will come here and get really nasty. And like, you gotta think like, these are like the wives and daughters of like people who like kind of like run this area, and you don't really want to upset them. Like, I don't think it's unlikely that someone's gonna get like pressed to the point of where they might get like beat up or worse. So like, yeah, you see this park, maybe don't skate here. I haven't heard any stories of someone getting like really messed up or anything like that. But like, even in those 1 minute conversation that I had with those ladies, they were like already pissed. Once I explained what I was doing, they were like stoked on it or whatever. But yeah, you see this park, unless it's like 6 a.m., which honestly, if it's like that early, I wouldn't even skate it then either, because then you could wake these people up, and that would even be more upsetting. So maybe just avoid the spot altogether. That's what I would do. You do your thing. If you really want to skate it, you really want to risk it. I've been skating, and I grew up skating in Baltimore, so I'm no stranger to skating areas that are a little bit rougher, but this spot is just already becoming like notorious for like, hey, there's no skateboarding signs, but don't skate it. Okay, I'm back at Dan Ham. Nico, Retro Pal. That's what this is, right? Oh, Dan Ham. Nico, Retro Pals, you won the contest. Yay!